अरहंत सिद्ध सुर उपाध्याय साधु सर्व अर्थ के प्रकाशी मांगलिक उपकारी है। तीन को स्वरूप जानी रागते भई जो भक्ति काय को नमाए स्तुति को उच्चारी है। धन्य धन्य तुम से काज सब आज भयो कर चोरी बारंबार वंदना हमारी है। मंगल कल्याण सुख ऐसो हम चाहते हो मेरी ऐसी दशा जैसी तुम धारी है। हो मेरी ऐसी दशा जैसी तुम धारी है। So we are on to the last part of this Nai Chakra guide on page number 43. And yesterday we were discussing about the supreme pure real viewpoint, Param Shuddha Nishchay Nay. So we will start with purpose and then to renounce or to adapt. Okay, that discussion will follow. Why is it king of viewpoints, and then the concluding part. Okay, so we'll straightway start with purpose of this supreme pure real viewpoint, right? It is the king of all views. And Sasikala ji, you read purpose. Unmute yourself.
Purpose.
Yes.
This viewpoint explains that although the completely pure, natural, unsubscribed mode, Shaik Bhav of the soul is
Unobstructed.
unobstructed. Unobstructed Shaik Bhav, that is, Shaik Bhav of the soul is permanent and its continuity it is infinite. It is not beginning. It is not It is not beginningless, anadi. However, the soul itself is an anadi, anant, that is beginningless and endless entity. That is beginningless and endless entity, the soul. Therefore, the purpose of this viewpoint is to establish the distinction between the soul and even its perfectly pure, unobstructed mode, and instead to establish unity with the beginningless, endless, eternal, and immutable essence of the soul that transcends even these pure states. Shall I continue?
Yes.
To be renounced, that is, worthy of adoption. Worthy of adoption is
Hey Upade.
Hey Upadhyaya, correct. Hey Upadhyaya, since the subject of this viewpoint is the eternal, immutable, general essence of the soul that is beyond both bonded and liberated state modes. Status, correct. It is the object of focus there, and not to be renounced its subject, eternal, immutable, pure soul, Trikali Duruva Suddhatma. From the perspective of taking refuge, to be refuge in is to be adopted, Upadhyaya.
Stop. So these two first we will discuss. What is the purpose of this number 8, supreme pure real viewpoint? This viewpoint explains that although the completely pure, natural, unobstructed mode, Shaik Bhav, okay, of the soul is permanent, okay, and its continuity is infinite. It is not beginningless. So although it has manifested new, but now it is going to continue for endless time. But it was not from the beginningless time. Okay. However, the soul itself is an beginningless and endless entity, that is eternal. Soul is eternal. Okay. But this kind of disposition has manifested for the first time, the Shaik Bhav, and it's going to remain permanently forever. Okay. However, the soul itself is an Anadi Anant entity. Therefore, the purpose of the viewpoint is to establish the distinction between the soul and even its perfectly pure, unobstructed mode, and instead to establish unity with the beginningless, endless, eternal, and immutable essence of the soul that transcends even these pure states. Okay. So the soul is the substance, and all this Shaik Bhav, okay, pure, natural, unobstructed mode is a modification after all. It is of one moment, and the pure soul, the substance, is eternal. It has got no beginning and no end. Okay. So the purpose of the viewpoint is to establish the distinction between the soul and even its pure, perfectly pure, unobstructed mode, and instead to establish unity with the eternal pure soul. Okay. So this is the purpose, that there are different kinds of viewpoint, but this viewpoint particularly focuses on the pure substance. Okay. Pure substance, that is pure soul. Okay. And when you take shelter in it, the purity manifest. Okay. When you take shelter in it, the purity manifests, it keeps on increasing, and a time comes when it is complete purity in the modification. All this has been done because of this pure eternal soul. Okay. So to focus on this particular viewpoint uh, is being said about. Now the last point, to renounce or to adapt. What is to be renounced and what is to be adapted? Since the subject of this viewpoint, supreme, pure, real viewpoint, is the eternal, immutable, general essence of the soul. Okay. Immutable means unchangeable. Okay. That is beyond both bonded and liberated modes. Bonded is also a mode and liberation is also a mode. But this substance is beyond both of these. This is eternal. Okay. It is not a modification. It is a substance and it is eternal. It is the object of focus, dhyay, and not to be renounced. Its subject, eternal, immutable, pure soul, Trikali Dhruv from the perspective of taking refuge in, is to be adapted. Okay. So it is worth taking shelter in and it is to be
Adapt.
adapted. Now the next question is, why is the supreme pure real viewpoint called as king of viewpoints? Okay. Why it is called king? Because all other viewpoints are being negated by this number 8. But number 8 is not negated by any other viewpoint. So that's why it is called the king of viewpoint. Okay. Now we will see what's written over there. This viewpoint is referred to as the king of all viewpoints. From there we have to read, and Subhaji, you read.
Jai Jinendra ji.
Yeah.
This viewpoint is referred to as the king of all viewpoints because it transcends all distinctions and psychic divisions, Ved Vikalp, while establishing the separateness of the soul from other substances and maintaining this its internal indivisibility and integrity. This indivisible nature of the soul is a true object of focus, drishti. The object of reverence is in faith, Shraddha ka Shraddheya, and the goal of meditation, dhyana ka
Jay.
they. Through this viewpoint, one experiences self-realization, attains true bliss, and ultimately reaches liberation. Therefore, this viewpoint is considered the king of all viewpoints, Naya Dheeraj.
So this is not the logic that has been said here. Why it is a king? Because nobody negates it. It negates every other viewpoint. Okay, and that's what we read in from the chart also, right? But this has not been mentioned in the first paragraph. Maybe in the second paragraph, uh, they will explain it. Yeah, continue.
In this way, we observe that among the four divisions of real viewpoint, the first three divisions are associated with modes, paryay, while the fourth, supreme pure real viewpoint, param suddha nishchanai, is without mode. In other words, the function of supreme pure real viewpoint is to highlight distinctness even with its own modes. The remaining three divisions emphasize non-difference within their own qualities and mode, while distinguishing themselves from the qualities and modes of non-self. The subject of this viewpoint is knowledge that has existed since eternity and will continue infinitely, meaning it takes the pure, eternal mode form of the substance as its subject, ignoring the impure mode form. According to this Nile, the soul never mixes with attachment. The being that is neither ignorant nor omniscient, that is me. This soul is the object of meditation, dhyan. When the soul, as described by this viewpoint, becomes the focus of meditation, all other viewpoints, three real viewpoints plus four conventional viewpoints, become merely conventional, vyavahara. As previously mentioned, the distinction within the real viewpoints are neither to be completely negated nor to be completely non-negated. Each viewpoint having the purpose of fulfilling its own objective is not subject to negation in its rightful place. Once its purpose has been fulfilled, its utility is complete, and thus its negation becomes inevitable. If it is not negated, the process of progressive development comes to a halt. Therefore, after achieving the purpose related to a specific viewpoint, it is necessary to negate the viewpoint and establish the subsequent viewpoint to achieve the next objective. Thus, the part. Shall I continue, Ji?
Yes, yes.
Thus, the partially pure real viewpoint, Ekadesa Shuddha Nishchanai, negates the impure real viewpoint, Ashuddha Nishchanai. The complete pure real viewpoint, Shakshata Suddha Nishchanai, negates the partially pure real viewpoint, Ekadesha Suddha Nishchanai. And the impure real viewpoint, Ashuddha Nishchanai, and the supreme real viewpoint, Param Shuddha Nishchanai, emerges by negating all previous viewpoints. This shows that all viewpoints negate their predecessors, but the supreme real viewpoint is never negated by any viewpoint, because the pure soul substance, which is the subject of the supreme pure real viewpoint, alone is the object of vision. It is only through its refuge that self-experience, Atma Bhuti,
Atmanubhuti.
Atmanubhuti manifests. Therefore, this viewpoint is the sovereign among the all viewpoints. Nayadiraj, or this viewpoint, when negating distinctions of differences and psychic thoughts, establishes the separateness from other substances while preserving the inner indivisibility. This indivisibility of the substance is the object of belief, drishti, the worthy object of belief, shraddha, and the focus of meditation, they. It is that through this that self-experience arises, true bliss is attained, and liberation is achieved. Therefore, This viewpoint is the sovereign among the viewpoints.
So you see the logic came in the end. Okay. So this is the only logic why it is called the king of viewpoints, and whatever logic that has been given in the beginning were not correct, but ultimately they came to this conclusion. So it is okay. Whether you come into the beginning, we want to be very precise. We want to say it point to point. Okay. So this is only the reason that all other viewpoints are being negated, and this particular number 8 is not negated by anyone. So that's why it is called the king of all viewpoints. Okay. So this is now clear. Next, the truth or falsity of the viewpoints, or which nai carries the greatest weight. Okay. So as we move on to 1 to 2, weightage is more. 2 to 3, the weightage keeps on increasing. Then ultimately we go to 8, it commands the maximum weightage. Okay. So that is what the answer is going to follow. So now Darshit ji, you read.
Jai Jinendra to everyone.
Hmm.
The truth or falsity of the viewpoints, or which nai carries the greatest weight. The truth or validity of various viewpoints is determined in relation to the structure and order inherent in the nature of reality, Vastu Swarup. The degree to which any particular viewpoint addresses the distinctions, differences, and non-differences found within reality corresponds directly to how truthful or valid that viewpoint is. All four conventional viewpoints introduce distinctions in the indivisible and undivided substance within their own limits to apply the notion of non-difference to distinct entities. Each perspective carries weight, but not all hold equal weightage, significance. That is, while the assertion of each viewpoint is true concerning the accomplishment of its respective purposes, not all statements share the same degree of truth. The truth of each viewpoint's assertion is proportional to the truth of the subject it represents. In the statements of the figurative non-existent conventional viewpoint, Upcharit
Number 1.
Asadbut, yeah, Upcharit Asadbut Vyavarnai, there is also truthfulness. There is weightage. It cannot be dismissed as completely untrue, because the assertions of this viewpoint also have a foundation. Its statements are not entirely untrue. However, it is true that the points made by figurative, non-existent conventional viewpoints do not carry as much weightage as those of literal, non-existent conventional viewpoints. Anupcharit Asadbut Vyawar Nai.
Number 2.
Number 2.
You keep on
Sir,
saying numbers
kindly
also.
excuse me for interruption.
Hmm.
Can I ask one question now?
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Yeah.
Uh,
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think that each coming step by step will have more weightage than the previous one. Am I correct?
Yes. Right.
On
Continue.
the clarification, that's why I asked.
Yeah.
Okay. So, for example, Dev Datta's house and Dev Datta's body, the difference in weightage between these two statements is clearly evident. Even more weighty than these two non-existent viewpoints, Asadbut Nais is literal, existent conventional viewpoint, Upcharit Sadbut Vyavarnai, because it involves distinctions.
Number. Along with number, you have to say.
Oh,
So,
okay. So this is number 3.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So because it involves distinctions made within a single substance. For example, asserting the soul as possessing sensory knowledge, etc., and attachment, etc. Their existence is within the limits of their own substance. Therefore, their weightage is greater than that of both types of non-existent, but less than that of figurative existent. Because the literal existent focuses on the complete, unchangeable, immutable mode or attribute. For example, omniscience is the pure mode of the soul or knowledge, is the attribute of the soul. Thus, we observe that conventional viewpoints also have varying degrees of validity, and their weight increases progressively in this sequence. The real viewpoints hold greater weightage than the four conventional viewpoints. This is why the weightage of the conventional viewpoint is insufficient in comparison, leading to their negation. The aspect of negation falls within the scope of real viewpoint. The term negation itself is synonymous with the real viewpoint. The impure real viewpoint has more weightage than all four conventional viewpoints because it deals with non-difference with impure modifications. However, it has less weightage compared to the partially pure real viewpoint, as this viewpoint focuses on non-difference in partially pure modifications. The complete pure real viewpoint has more weightage compared to the partially pure real viewpoint because it focuses on the non-difference in completely pure modifications. However, it has less weightage compared to the supreme pure real viewpoint, as this viewpoint focuses on the eternal immutable substance, which is beyond all modifications. This viewpoint negates the distinctions and differentiations and in turn dissolves itself, becoming the ultimate reality. Therefore, it is the most significant, the most adoptable, Upadhyay, and the truest, Satyarth viewpoint. Shall I continue?
Yeah, 2 paragraphs left
Okay.
only.
Okay. In the present book, the sequence of the viewpoints is based on their weightage, significance. The viewpoint with lesser weightage is placed first, while the weightage of subsequent viewpoints increases progressively. Summary: we can say, in the words of Dr. Bharil, that the 8 aforementioned viewpoints differentiates us from the entire world and leads us to the pure soul, Sudhatma. They shift our perspective away from non-self and modes, directing it towards the true nature of the self. Through these viewpoints, correct knowledge of the soul is attained. Correct knowledge of the soul leads to self-realization, Atmanubhuti. Self-realization eradicates false belief, Mithyatva. Self-realization is the only means to attain true bliss.
Yeah. So again, we start from here. The weightage of truth, right? So it progressively goes on increasing, that we what have seen, and that's also the general sequence. So Devdatta's house and Devdatta's body. Okay. So Devdatta's house is a very distant, it's a very distant association, and the Devdatta's body is a very close association. Okay. So the weightage is more. As you come towards the truth, the weightage keeps on increasing. Okay. So our beliefs also keeps on changing, and the weightage of truth also goes on increasing. And ultimately, when we come to the number 8, okay, that is the maximum weightage and the truth, that we are all pure soul. Okay. Although we believe ourselves to be many, many other things, but we don't become one. Okay. So that is the main icebreaker, that we from time immemorial, due to ignorance, due to delusion, we have believed ourselves to be different entities. But the fact is that we never became one. Okay. We remain what we were. Earlier also we were pure soul. Now also we are pure soul. And in future, when we get liberated, we still will be pure soul. So our entity does not change. Okay. Due to ignorance and delusion, we have wrongly believed ourselves. And now with the emergence of true knowledge and true belief, right belief, we believe ourselves as to be the pure soul. And when we believe that we are to be pure soul, then what is our function? So our function is just to know, nothing beyond that. Okay. So if you remain just a knower, then you are aligned with your true nature. But if you believe to be otherwise, if you become a doer, then there is a problem. The problem is of the delusion. Okay. So as we study Jinvani and contemplate on it and arrive at a conclusion, our all false beliefs and false knowledge goes on decreasing. Okay. And the time comes then when it is completely uh, eradicated and the right knowledge sets in. Okay. So with right knowledge, the belief before the right knowledge, the belief changes to right belief. Okay. And then the knowledge also becomes right and the conduct also becomes right. So the conduct, to complete the conduct attribute, it will take some time. But the right belief and the right knowledge can be done in a moment. Okay. It does not take much time. It's only a moment's matter. But getting the conduct complete, that is going to take time. Okay. So thus we observe that thus we observe that the conventional viewpoint also have varying degrees of validity and their weight increases progressively in this sequence. Okay, so now I have something missing over here. So let me write it down. The real viewpoint holds greater weightage than the four. Okay, than the four conventional viewpoints. That is why the weightage the weightage of the conventional viewpoint is insufficient in comparison leading to their negation. Okay, so okay, leading to their negation. So this was missing in my book, so that has been done. The aspect of negation falls within the scope of real viewpoint. Okay, so real viewpoint's nature is like that it has to negate the conventional viewpoint, that then only it is justified. The term negation itself is synonymous with the real viewpoint. Okay, so the conventional viewpoint takes us towards the real viewpoint, and then real viewpoint negates the conventional viewpoint and moves ahead in the spiritual journey. Okay, the impure real viewpoint, that is number 5, has more weightage than all 4 conventional viewpoints because it deals with the non-difference with impure modifications. Okay, however, it has less weightage compared to the partially pure real viewpoint, that is number 6, as this viewpoint focuses on non-difference in partially pure modification. So from impure modification to partially pure modification to completely pure modification, and then ultimately the pure soul. So in this way, the weightage keeps on increasing. Okay, and when we come to the number 8, that is the highest weightage that it carries. Okay, so the weightage keeps on increasing progressively until we reach number 8. Okay, So this conclusion, in the words of Dr. Bharilji, that the 8 aforementioned viewpoints differentiate us from the entire world and lead us to the pure soul. Okay. So this was the purpose of understanding this. So in a way, all these 8 viewpoints offer scope for practicing discriminative knowledge. Okay. Ved Vigyan. So then by doing this Ved Vigyan, discriminative knowledge, it takes us to the pure soul. Okay. They shift our perspective away from non-self and modes of directing it towards the true nature of the self. Okay, so they shift our perspective away from non-self and the modifications, and then directing it towards the true nature of the self. Through these viewpoints, correct knowledge of the soul is attained. Correct knowledge of the soul leads to self-realization, Atmanubhuti. Self-realization eradicates false belief, Mithyatva. Self-realization is the only means to attain true bliss. Okay. So this blissful journey begins with the manifestation of the self-realization. Okay. So it is just that you have to realize you are already pure. But since you never believed yourself to be pure, all the time you had imagined yourself to be impure, good for nothing, and not what you have assumed. But you never become one. Okay? You remain what you were, as it is, as it is, as it is. The modification keeps on changing, but the substance does not change. It is unchangeable, and that is what I am. Okay. So the modification evolves and it gets extinct, but the pure soul, the substance remains as it is. Okay. Self-realization eradicates false belief, mithyatva. Self-realization is the only means to attain true bliss. So this is all we have in the text. Then there are viewpoints. A chart is there. You can take it forward. Yes. So this is the chart. Mm.
Rajesh sir, I have a question if you don't mind.
Yes, yes, yes. Continue.
We said that 3 and 4 have two parts to it. So 3A and 3B and
Yes.
4 and 4B.
Right.
So if you go from 3A to
Hmm.
point number 5,
Right.
yeah, you go to the fifth one, and you
Yeah.
can also go to the sixth one.
Hmm.
Then if you go from 3A to 3B and go to 5 and 6, then
No, no, no. So 3A goes to 5 and 3B goes to 6.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay, so you're not negating, you're not actually minusing any of the points. You're going
Yes,
step by
yes. Just 3A and 3B when combined with souls becomes 5 and 6. Okay.
right. Okay.
So in the conventional viewpoint, the soul was missing. Soul was becoming a doer of all these things. Now the soul itself is that thing. 3A and 3B. Okay. Soul has become one with that 3A and 3B, and that's why the birth of number 5 and number 6. Similarly, 4A and 4B. Okay. So 4E leads to number 7, 47, and 4B leads to 48. That is the pure real viewpoint. Okay. So in this way, with this conventional viewpoint, when we combine it with the soul, it becomes the real viewpoint. Okay. So this is how the distinctions has been made, and you can see this in the chart. Okay. This is all we have studied, nothing new. Now we will move on to the other comparisons. Okay. So we have already done this number 1 to 8, but here also you can have a look on this chart. So here also the conventional viewpoint 4 points are mentioned, and then the real viewpoint 5, 6, 7, 8 is also mentioned. You could see the points comparatively. It's all the same that we have discussed, nothing new about it. Okay. So there are around 10 points. Okay. 11 points, 12 points. Okay. There are 12 points. Okay. So out of this, more or less, all the points would be overlapping the ones that we have discussed. Okay. And again, we are going to repeat in the next week. But before that, we will take up these question answers. Okay. So I'll be asking one by one. Let me see if you can answer. You have to say answer from your common sense. Okay. Not seeing the textbook, but from common sense, you can choose from the options given below. Only dash viewpoints are true. Samyak nayas. Dash viewpoints are not. What would be the answer, Darshit ji?
Oh, sorry. Is the question on screen or it's your question? I don't know.
No, it's on the screen. You go ahead. You will get it on the.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So only real viewpoints are true, and conventional viewpoints are not.
But here it is written in the bracket. I think the answers are given in the bracket. So nirpeksh, only nirpeksh viewpoints are true. So those viewpoints which are nirpeksh, that are only true. Nirpeksh means without any aspects. Okay.
Apeksha, no, sir?
Apeksha, without any
Yeah,
apeksha.
apeksha.
So and sapeks means with some co-conditions or
So,
perspective.
sir, up to then all the 5, 6, all will come under Sapeksha, no, sir?
No. All viewpoints, whether it is a conventional viewpoint
Okay,
or
okay.
it is a
Because
real viewpoint.
without any
Viewpoints are
Naya
always
Atita, Naya
nirpeksh.
Atita,
Yeah.
Naya Atita.
No, not neatit. Not neatit.
Soul, soul,
Nirpeksh.
soul,
Soul is neatit. Yeah.
Ah.
So all viewpoints are nirpeksh only. Viewpoints by its definition are nirpeksh.
Then all, even including the eighth one, no, sir?
All viewpoints
Yeah.
are sarpeksh. Okay. Because every viewpoint is being said from a perspective, certain perspective. So only dash viewpoints are true and dash viewpoints are not. 1 minute. Let me see the Hindi version, whether this is the answer or what, or they are giving us an option. Yeah. So these are the answers. So only sapeksh viewpoints are true and nirpeksh viewpoints are not. This is the right answer. Okay. So the sapeksh will come first and then the nirpeksh. So all the answers are given. So it is, you can just look at it. Independent viewpoints are nirpeksh nayas are what? Samyak true or false? Now you say. Sasikala ji, what is the answer? True or false? Independent viewpoints are nirpeksh nayas are true or false? You are on mute. Unmute yourself.
Yeah, now only I'm able to mute it.
Yes.
1 minute. That screen.
You have not taken a printout? You are again on mute. Mute. You unmute yourself. Unmute. Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself.
1 second, 1 second.
Yes, yes. Now it is correct.
Yeah.
Now, can you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I could not see the screen. My
Okay.
camera is on. That's the problem.
Now you can see the answer.
No, I am not able to. Myself
Yeah.
only I'm seeing this. Something has happened.
Okay. You
Sorry,
are
sir.
you have
Somebody
not
will
taken a
answer.
printout. You have not taken a printout, Sasikala ji.
No, I am not in station, sir. Yesterday only a risk came.
Okay.
Past.
So if you want, I can courier.
No. I will print myself, sir.
Okay.
Tomorrow I'll do it. I could
Okay.
not see the screens. Somebody can answer.
Okay. Okay. No problem.
Some
then.
problems.
Do you want me to read it out, Sasikalaji? I can read it out for you.
Yeah, please.
Okay, so the question is, independent viewpoints are, then in brackets it says nirpeksh, nice, and then bracket is closed, are dash samyak, in brackets true, or mithya, in brackets false.
True or false? You have to answer. Independent viewpoints are
False only.
false. Yes.
False, sir. Independent
False.
viewpoints are very much false.
Yes. 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 Right.
Am I correct?
Correct. Correct.
Yes, sir.
The
Sorry,
third
there is a
question.
problem
Subaji, third question.
this one. Next question.
Independent viewpoints, nirpekshnaya, are called dash sunaya, right viewpoint, wrong viewpoint. It is wrong viewpoint. Because
Wrong
anything
viewpoint.
without perspective is wrong viewpoint.
Yes. 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 Correct.
I have doubt in fourth one. The significance of dash lies in its negation. What should be the answer for this one? Why so?
Priyanka, you answer. Number 4.
Hi, sir. Jai Jinendra. I just joined in. So what was the question?
Question number 4 on the screen.
Question number 4 on the screen. The significance of dash lies in its negation. Real Nishay, conventional Vyavahar. The significance of Vyavahar lies in its negation. So what is,
Correct.
so these are the two options, right?
Yeah. Correct.
Yeah. So
Real
Vyavahar
and
needs to be negated.
yes. So the significance of conventional lies in its negation. That is the
Can
correct
you
answer.
explain why so? I'm not able to understand that one.
Because what is the function of a conventional viewpoint? Take it towards the real viewpoint.
Real viewpoint. Okay.
And then the real viewpoint negates the conventional viewpoint.
Okay.
So the significance of conventional viewpoint lies in its negation. So it is to be negated, okay, conventional viewpoint, because it is not the truth, okay. But having said that, it is not the truth, but it helps us to reach up to the real viewpoint, okay. So after reaching the real viewpoint, the significance, the function of conventional viewpoint is over, so it is being negated.
Sir, what this negated means, what do you say in Hindi?
Nishedh.
Nished. That's, I forgot. Yeah, Nished.
Actually, from the initial time, we do negation of conventional viewpoint, Noji.
Yes.
Is it like that?
Yes. Conventional viewpoint in comparison to real viewpoint is always negated.
Yeah.
But without conventional, you cannot go to real.
Yes.
Thank you.
Now, number 5. Number 5. Priyanka, again you try.
So number 8.
5.
Number
what
5.
Is,
Without dash, real Nishay cannot be understood. Without convention, Vyavahar, real Nishay cannot be understood. And without abandoning convention, real Nishay cannot be attained.
So first fill in the blanks would be what and second would be what?
Convention. So first will be convention, second will be real.
Very good, very good. Number 6. Sasikala ji.
One minute. 6th question.
Yes.
After the negation of dash viewpoint, The dependency, psychic thoughts of real viewpoint is also dissolves as long as the dash remains thought-free experience, nirvikalpik anubhuti does not manifest. Naya Rupa Vikalpa, thoughts of Naya Vyavahara conventional. Sir, first one is Naya Vyavahara conventional, no?
So first one is Vyavahar conventional only.
Yeah,
And
no, that is
yeah,
only, no.
yes.
Shall I
And
read like that? After all the negation of Vyavahara conventional viewpoint, the dependency, that is psychic thoughts of real viewpoint is also dissolves. As long as the next one is
thoughts of Nai
thoughts of Nai
remains.
thought free experience, that is nirvikalp anubhuti does not manifest. Naya Rupa
Done.
Vikalpa.
That is done. That is
That
the
is the
answer.
answer.
That is the
Correct.
option. That is the
Yeah,
option.
option. Yeah, that is yeah. Once that conventional viewpoints goes, that this one will manifest like that. Is it correct? No.
Right. Now number 7. Three fill in the blanks are there, right? 1, 2, and 3. So Darshitji, you tell.
Okay, the Jeev who understands the nature of real conventional Nishchay Vyavahar dash the subject of conventional Vyavahar dash the thoughts of real viewpoint Nishchay Nai and takes refuge in the object of real viewpoint Nishchay Nai, thereby experiencing self-realization beyond thoughts Vikalpatit and beyond viewpoints. Such a being attains true happiness quickly. So the first one is understands. First blank. The Jeev who understands the true nature, the nature of real conventional Nishchay Vyavahar, abandons the
subject of convention.
Yeah, abandons the subject of convention Vyavahar, breaks the thoughts of the third blank is breaks the thoughts of real viewpoint Nishchay Nai and takes refuge in the object of real viewpoint Nishchay Nai, thereby experiencing self-realization beyond thoughts Vikalpatit and beyond viewpoints.
So you understood what it want to express, that at first we have negated the Vyavahar. Now this real viewpoint also needs to be negated. Okay. And then only you transcend towards self-realization. Okay. So the subject of convention, so first of all, the Jeev who understand the nature of real conventional viewpoints, abandons the subject of convention, then breaks the thought of real viewpoint. Okay. It breaks the thought of real viewpoint and takes refuge in the object of real viewpoint. So thoughts of real viewpoint has to be breaked, right? But you should take refuge in the object of real viewpoint. So what is the object of real viewpoint? Is the pure soul, thereby experiencing self-realization. So when you take shelter in your soul, pure soul, you experience self-realization beyond thoughts, that is nirvikalp, vikalpatit, and beyond viewpoints, nayatit. Such a being attains true happiness quickly. So
like
Darshitji,
gunasthanadit, like that, nayatit. No.
yes, nayatit, gunasthanatit, nayatit, pure soul is all that. Now, 8th question. Priyanka.
Sir, me?
Yeah.
Sorry, so which question, sir?
8.
Just pull the screen little up.
Yeah.
Sorry.
The screen,
No,
please.
it's okay.
It's okay. No need to
Yeah.
be sorry.
Number 8. Okay. The viewpoint of dash must be abandoned along with its subject matter. The viewpoint of dash must be abandoned, but not its subject matter. Okay, the viewpoint of conventional viewpoint must be abandoned along with its subject matter. And the viewpoint of Nishchay or real viewpoint must be abandoned, but not its subject matter, because, sir, in that the subject matter of the real viewpoint is the soul.
Yes.
So that's why the viewpoint must be abandoned, but not the subject matter. But
Yes.
the viewpoint of conventional must be abandoned because it is distinguishing, like it's creating relation between the soul and the body and the external substances. So
Yes,
the
yes, yes.
subject matter in itself is flawed. So it should
Right.
be abandoned too.
So in case of conventional viewpoint, the viewpoint is also to be abandoned and its subject is also to be abandoned. But in case of real viewpoint, the viewpoint, the thoughts of viewpoint has to be abandoned, but not its subject. The subject we have to take shelter in. That is the pure soul. Okay? Understood?
Yes,
Priyanka?
sir.
Priyanka, you understood?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now the ninth one. Subha.
Without convention, vyavahar, dash will be lost. Without real nishchay, dash will be lost.
Hmm.
I'm not sure. Ji. Without convention, the tattva will be lost. Is it correct?
No, no, no.
No,
Without
no.
convention, tirth will be
Path,
lost. Yeah,
path
Path
is
will be
lost.
lost.
the
Okay.
path. Okay. And without real, the
The
tattva
tattva
will
will
be.
be lost.
Yes. So fundamentals, so the fundamentals without real, the fundamentals will be lost, means the spiritual knowledge will be lost. Okay.
Okay.
And without convention, the path of liberation, moksha, marga, the tirtha, okay, the pre the preachings. So when you want to preach, you have to always take help of conventional viewpoint. Okay. But when you want to experience yourself, you can take the help of real viewpoint. Okay. So this was ninth point. Now the last
Sir,
one.
sir, can I add into that ninth
Yeah.
one?
Yeah.
Sir, I also got the right answer, say Tirth will be lost. But
Right.
the way I looked at it was the example of the boat.
Hmm.
So the path is through the conventional knowledge. So that's
Right.
how I interpreted this.
Yeah.
And so tattva was like the essence of the knowledge that we are getting through walking on this path.
Right. Right.
So
So,
that understanding would be
what does tirth here means? What does path here means? That means the religious preachings. Okay. Religious
okay. So
preachings is only the path.
Can take Bhagwan's Vani
Yes,
guidance.
yes, yes,
okay,
yes, yes.
okay.
Now the last one, Sasikala ji, number 10. So just now it is a repeat of 9 only. In the process of instruction. So tirth is only instruction, right? So conventional viewpoint is primary in the process of experience, self-realization. Okay. The Nischay real viewpoint is primary. Okay. So this we have done. Now the answer the following questions. What is meant by viewpoint? Priyanka.
Yes, sir. Sir, viewpoint is just a perspective through
Very
which
good.
a fact is explained. So it could be the praman in a bigger sense, general sense. But in terms of Nai, it is always with reference to it's explained, it's explained given a reference.
Hmm.
So
So
there will always be a
viewpoint is
reference.
never praman. Viewpoint is
Yeah, yeah,
never praman.
viewpoint is never praman. Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Nai is basically a
Viewpoint is
part.
a part of
Yeah,
Pramana.
of
Okay.
part of Praman, and
Ah.
always it has a reference point.
It has a reference point. It is from a perspective. It is
Yeah,
highlighting one part of the aspect, one aspect of the substance, and
yeah,
all other aspects are ignored at that point of time.
yeah.
Okay.
But doesn't
So
mean that those aspects are not present. They are just
yes,
not mentioned.
yeah, they are not being highlighted now. Only one part is highlighted. Okay. So this is viewpoint. What is meant by a pseudo viewpoint? Naya bhas. False viewpoint. What do you mean by a pseudo viewpoint that is false viewpoint?
Sir, I answer.
Yeah.
Sir, I don't know.
This is my
Subha,
house. That
Subha,
No,
Subha, you answer.
I don't remember exactly, Ji. Sorry.
So
It
Can I try?
yeah, tell me, Darshit ji.
Okay, so any conventional viewpoint that
Mhm.
is left behind becomes a pseudo viewpoint because of one after that becomes the real one.
Okay. Any conventional
Any,
viewpoint?
that is this is mine. What non-self thinking is self, like that.
no, I thought it's like it means that any viewpoint that we are in, say if you're in point number 3 or point
Mhm.
number 2, as long as that point we're sitting on, we haven't achieved number 8, all the other ones become pseudo.
No, no,
The
no,
previous
no.
ones.
It never becomes pseudo. Pseudo means false. So it's not false, right?
Sir, 1 to 4 is never.
No, 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 no. Pseudo means naya bhas. So nirpeksh nai is pseudo new viewpoint. Nirpeksh. Okay.
Maybe you
Sir,
Just
can
can you
explain
give an
things again.
example?
pardon.
Yeah.
Nirpeksh means single perspective and sapeksh means with perspective. Okay. So nirpeksh means uh, all the viewpoints are in uh, with reference to it. All the viewpoints are being said with reference to something, right? If there are no reference, then it is a pseudo viewpoint. So all viewpoint are being said from a certain perspective. If there is no perspective mentioned, then it becomes a pseudo viewpoint. That is called Naya Bhas. Okay. So the Nirpeksh Nai is the pseudo viewpoint and Sapeksh Nai is the true viewpoint. Okay. So it was also in the fill in the blanks. I will tell you the number one. Number one fill in the blanks explains that only.
Sir, so what Naya Abbas is
Means it is not the proper Nai. It's a Naya Bhas. False of Nai. Okay. False Nai is Naya Bhas.
without any apeksha is a pseudo Abbas.
Yes, 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 yes.
Padam purinju.
How many fundamental viewpoints are there in spirituality? Sashikala ji.
8 no, sir.
No.
2.
2.
Yeah,
Right.
conventional. Vyavahara nature.
Yes, yes. Because we are discussing now spirituality. So in spirituality, there are only 2, Nishchay and Vyavahar.
Yeah,
Okay.
nature and Vyavahara. Okay.
What is meant by conventional viewpoint? Darshit ji.
It's the opposite of the real viewpoint. So conventional is something that will not take us to the real viewpoint.
But conventional
No, that's not
conventional viewpoint takes us to real viewpoint, right?
Yeah.
So what is conventional viewpoint?
Not the absolute truth.
Yes, not the absolute truth, right? Then
It's also not in the literal sense, but the
so there
figurative
there
sense.
are 8 points mentioned in the textbook. Okay, I'll just tell you the page numbers. You have to write all these. Anyway, even in our this CC2 also I have given this homework.
Yeah.
What is so 8 were there. 1 minute, where it is.
Sir, this question and answer can be written as CC2, sir. It is because it covers all.
Yes, it covers all.
That's why I'm telling. You can learn.
So
It's
on page
five.
number 3, there are 8 definitions of conventional viewpoint. Okay, in the beginning itself, page number 3.
Page number 5, Ji.
Yours is page number 5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so page number 5. Mine is 3. Then what is the next one? What is meant by real viewpoint? Then again 8 points coming up. In mine it is 12. So your will be 14.
No, it's 9. Page 9.
Acha, 9. So how
Yeah.
come? Okay. So
I
page
think maybe the
9.
printouts, the way
Huh?
the formatting is, maybe the formatting of the
Yeah,
book
yeah,
is
yeah.
like.
Yeah.
Sir, one small request.
Mhm.
After finishing this, just again, can you give the gist of all the 8 and like that?
So that is what we are going to do. You have to prepare and I will ask you in the next class, the chart. The whole chart you have to prepare. And that is your homework also in CC2. So I am getting you prepared for the CC2 also. Okay. So next class we will be doing that only. Okay. And then next week we are going to start Gunasthan. Okay. So we have enough time. So that's why we are repeating this again and again so that everyone remembers, Now the next question, 6th question. What is meant by figurative statement? Upcharit Kathan. Explain with an example. Okay. Anyone can try.
Yes, the fire is burning like a sun, or is angry like a sun is an example for figurative,
Hmm.
or is cool like a ice. Am I
Hmm.
correct, Ji?
So for figurative means what? Upchar. Okay.
Figurative means it's not saying it directly.
Figurative means that which is not correct, not true. It takes the
It explained it with a description.
untruth. It is
So can
always
I
the
try?
untruth. Like there is a water in the bottle. The bottle is made of plastic, but you say this is
Water
a
bottle.
water bottle. Okay. So
Ghee part like that.
ghee pot and water bottle, whatever you can take. Okay.
Is this not conventional viewpoint, G?
So conventional viewpoint. Upchar is only conventional viewpoint. Figurative is conventional viewpoint.
Okay.
Okay. But it is not the whole conventional. In conventional viewpoint, there are 4. Okay. So the first one is figurative conventional viewpoint. Then there is a literal non-existent conventional viewpoint. Then there is a figurative existent conventional viewpoint. Then there is a literal existent conventional viewpoint. So 1 to 4 is all conventional statement only, but this is, we are talking of the first 2 nayas. Okay. Upcharit Kathan, figurative statement.
Well, for example, it says like my property or like my house. So
Yes,
it's
yes.
establishing a relation, but it's not really
Yes, yes.
uh, true that two substances have any relation, but it is saying because as a reference point for the mundane life.
Right.
So
Number
that's why
2
it's
is body.
figurative.
Number 2 is nearer to
Yeah.
the soul,
Hmm,
body, like that.
hmm.
Number 1 is house and all. Is it correct, sir?
Yes. Now number 7, what is the difference between real viewpoint and conventional viewpoint? So that is again, there are around 18 points, okay, in the chart. Page number, mine is 13, your would be, I
10.
don't know what.
Page 10.
10, okay, page 10. So you do it from there, okay. So this is question number, what we are into? Yeah, 7. Now 8. How many types of conventional viewpoint are there? Okay. So list the divisions and subdivisions. So initially you have to say 2 and then again each divide into 2. Okay. So first is non-existent conventional viewpoint. Then it is existent
Subjective
conventional viewpoint.
conventional viewpoint.
Non-existent is again divided into figurative and literal. And existent is again divided into figurative and literal. Okay. So in this way, divisions and subdivisions. So that's how we come to the number
Sir,
8.
sir, I was thinking like 6 because the first two of real viewpoint are also conventional, right?
So that will not come here. Here only conventional viewpoint. That is being considered conventional when you move to the next. Otherwise, it
Okay.
is real only. It is real only. Okay.
Okay.
So when you move to the next, in comparison to that, it becomes a conventional viewpoint. So that is only
Okay.
the condition. It's not the conventional viewpoint. Conventional
Okay.
viewpoints are 4. From 5 to 8 is real viewpoint only.
Yeah.
But only thing is that when you move on to the next, then in reference to that, this becomes a conventional. That is what they
Convention.
wanted to say.
Okay.
Now, what is ninth? Question number 9. Okay. What is meant by the non-existent conventional viewpoint? Okay. Non-existence means asadbudh vyavhar nahi. Then what is meant by existent? Sadbudh vyavhar nahi. Then explain the significance of the name non-existent conventional viewpoint. So name also you have done all the things. Explain the significance of existent, that is Sadbudh Vyavhar nahi. Then what is meant by figurative non-existent conventional viewpoint? That is number 1. Question 14 is number 2. Then question 15. What is meant by Samyog Sambandh? Association relation. And what is meant by Sanslash Sambandh? Synthesis relation. Okay. So uh, So since synthesis relation, that comes under number 1 and 2, and association relation, Sanyog Sambandh, that also will come in 1 and 2 only, right? Sanyog Sambandh, okay? So like the number 1 says, this is my house. So all these are associated relations, okay? Then number 2 says, this is my body, this is my karma. So this is also associated relation, like that.
Sir, one is far away from the soul. That
Yes.
number 2 is nearer to the soul, like body, like that, I think.
So then question 17, how many types of relationship does the soul establish with the body? Okay.
5.
What are the 5?
The different types of bodies. The Odaric, the Vaikriyak, Karman, Tejas, and Aharik.
That is mentioned in the textbook? 5 types of body are there. 5 types of body are there, but the relationship of the soul with the body, that will not be the answer. So one will be nimit nemitic sambandh, instrumental cause and effect relationship with the body. Then Sanyog Sambandh, associated relationship. Then Ek Kshetravga Sambandh, same space point. Okay. So these 3 I remember, but maybe 1 or 2 more also relationship you can establish with the body. Then 18. What is meant by figurative existent? So number 3, what is meant by literal existent? Number 4, explains the significance of the name figurative existent. So number 3, literal existent. Number 4, how many types of real viewpoints? So similarly, these questions are there. You can refer to 22 to 30 questions, okay, up to 30. All this is about the real viewpoint. So the questions more or less covers the whole subject matter of these 8 nayas. And the question 31, we have already done it once, but we will be again doing it in the next week. After we discuss the chart once again, you prepare the chart fully. I will ask these questions also, and from the chart also I can ask questions, okay? So it will be a test for you next week. Next Tuesday and Wednesday we are going to do this only. So everyone be prepared, okay? It is one time that you have to work hard and prepare, and this you will be applying in your day-to-day life every now and then, okay? So from that context, this topic is very important. So you do it very thoroughly. Okay. Then there are question answers, small objective types, that also you can practice. Okay. You can listen, you can read and practice. Okay. So I think there are around 59 questions and answers. So those are also very helpful. Okay. So more or less, we will be referring to the chart, and from there I will ask you the questions. So you'll be prepared with the chart and with each nice characteristics. Okay. So this is also a part of your CC2 homework. So you must have prepared also, those who have submitted, but those who have not, they can prepare. And I think 21st is the last date. Okay. So don't remain that I will do it in the last day, but you do it now only. And while doing it, you will also remember. Okay. While writing it, it will also help you to remember. And this is what I'm going to ask you next week. Okay. Anything else? Question coming to your mind? Otherwise, we will wrap up. ओके। निज निधि निज में बताई, यह अनंत उपकार है। उसके लिए जिन वाणी माँ को वंदना सतवार है। उसके लिए जिन वाणी माँ को वंदना सतबार है। 9 times नमोकार मंत्र। बोलो द्वात सांगी जिनवाणी माता की जय।